Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Rebuild Day, and we're back again, another rebuild, and we're staying in the Premier League as we're looking at Leicester City. Of course, Leicester City have been some absolutely garbage form of late in the Premier League, losing to teams around them in the bottom three, bottom five of the table. So today we're coming in and taking over Leicester City with the aim of getting them back to the dizzy heights at the top of the Premier League table. Of course, a couple of years ago, win the Premier League. They've won the FA Cup in recent years, but right now they are struggling. So let's dive in and take over Leicester City and see, can we take them back to the pinnacle of the tops of the Premier League. So of course, as always, when we start these new rebuilds, I'm going to come in straight away and say it hot. If you're liking this series and you haven't already, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. We're pushing towards a 2K goal. I mean, we're still a bit a while away off right now, but every little sub helps along that way. So thank you very much for everyone that has subscribed so far during this series and have been liking those videos. And of course, let me know in the comment section who you'd like to see me rebuild next in FM23. So yeah, Leicester in real life right now, you can see on screen right now, as we're filming this on the 14th of April, you can see right now on screen, they're currently sitting 19th in the Premier League. They're in some awful form. They're not doing great. I mean, hopefully things have changed some between now and the release of this video, but right now, they're not looking great in terms of how they're doing in real life. I mean, they've lost to Bournemouth recently, Aston Villa, a draw against Brentford, losing to Crystal Palace as well, and losing to Southampton. So a lot of the teams around them at the bottom of the Premier League tables. So some work is drastically needed over at Leicester City right now. That recent results isn't looking great for them, but I'm here to come save the day, because otherwise, in real life right now, they're on the verge of getting sent down. And when you look at the team based on the star ratings, I mean, James Maddison, a key player, of course, rumoured to be moving this summer. It wouldn't surprise me right now how Leicester have been this season. An absolutely key player within this Leicester side. The likes of Yuri Tielemans, of course, he's out of contract within the game and in real life this summer, so you are expecting him to leave Leicester very, very shortly. Jude Hall quite high up in the star rating, oddly enough, as well. So maybe someone getting to this team a lot more this season. 23 years of age now. Maybe the replacement for Maddison at midfield, possibly. We'll see what happens with Maddison if we can keep him in game. Of course, he's already wanted by Chelsea and Man City, whilst Tielemans himself by Bayern Munich and Barcelona. So big teams want our players already, as we dive in for season one. But tactically, this is how we're going to set up for Leicester. We're setting up with a 4-3-3. We're trying some different players in different roles. You can see right now, we don't have a keeper in goal because my plan is to try and bring a keeper in before the start of the season, because I'm not happy with what we do have in goal currently. I mean, if you look at our keepers right now, they're not great. Alex Smith is, Daniel Everson and Danny Ward. Ward's actually injured for 6 weeks at the start of the season. So a keeper's going to be needed. So when the end of this first season finishes, we should have a new keeper in for that season we've just played. But yeah, tactically, a 4-3-3 we're going with Leicester. You can see this is what we're going to aim for the start of the first season. Continuing right back, Soinchu and Evans at the back with Thomas in left back. I'm starting Thomas. I want to try and get Thomas in development quite early on within the game. I mean, he's 21 now at this point. Can we redevelop Thomas into one of the best left backs in the world throughout this season? I mean, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so anyway. So we'll see how he gets on there. Indeed, he's a ball winning midfielder and defend. Tielemans is that advanced playmaker. He's very good in that role within the game this year. Mazzala for Maddison, so he makes those runs in the middle here and out wide when Barnes cuts inside. With Barnes, Tiete, of course, on loan this season at Leicester. Not someone I might not keep at the end of the season. I don't know. We'll see how he does this season at Leicester, of course. And then up front, Jamie Vardy will be starting up front at the moment because he's on the decline at age 35. He's still pretty good within the game, but at 35, I don't know how long he stays in that team for. So maybe push Daka through, Iniacho through. We'll see what happens throughout the season, but let's dive in. Season number one, how do we do with Leicester City? So season one comes to an end now. We're now at June 20th, 2023. You can see in our first season, we took Leicester to 7th in the Premier League. So right now in real life, they are undervaluing that team compared to what they can do within the game anyway. They've done pretty darn well, I think, in this season. We haven't done too badly. Of course, that means we have to qualify for European football next season. But within the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, didn't go as well. Semi-finals of the Carabao Cup isn't too bad, losing to Manchester United, but we did lose out in the third round of the FA Cup. I mean, we did draw Liverpool, which isn't ideal in that third round. Could draw any team in any league, and we got Liverpool. I mean, they're the league champions. You can see that on screen now. Liverpool win the league, Man U, Chelsea, and Man City coming in 4th. Their first season with Haaland, they came 4th and 70 points. It's absolutely had a stinker they are. They've had an absolute stinker. You can see, actually, to be fair, Man City have 10 games all season. So did we. So that's not a bad return in my eyes, I don't think, really. I mean, we lost to Fulham, to be fair, so I can't really say too much there at home. But they're not awful results. We only got battered once, and that's by Man City, actually. So it was even better than Man City. I mean, they've just beaten us 5-0, so that's that one straight out the window. And in terms of the team, some things did actually change. We can dive in quickly and have a look at some of the transfers. They did actually bring in from that first season. Bridgelow, firstly, we mentioned we need a new goalkeeper. We went and got the Dutch international keeper from Fanwood for 19.25 million. He didn't have a bad first season, 10 clean sheets, not too bad, 38 appearances, 47 conceded goals in total in the Premier League. But in all comps, isn't too bad, 12 clean sheets in total in all comps this season in 45 games. So not a bad keeper. I mean, he's 25 now, so there's still a lot of room to develop. He can be our number one going forward throughout this save. So Justin Bridgelow comes in, internationally capped for Holland. Very good keeper. And next up, I felt we needed some improvement in defence. I wanted a left-foot centre-back who can start in that back line to replace Johnny Evans and join Soyuncu at the back. So we went and got Gonzalo Inacio. He came for 26 million from Sporting. He's played the majority of the season, 29 games, there you can see now. So he had a very good season, Inacio, coming in for us. 26 million, not a bad fee for the Portuguese international. He's developing very nicely now, 21 years of age as well. He can be someone we can rely on for the entirety of this save in that centre-back pairing. And the only player to join as well then that window was Francisco Conceição. The 20-year-old came in on loan from Ajax for this season. I thought potentially we could bring him in long-term wise. He could be that right-hand side place. I mean, we got Tete on loan, of course, this season, but we had an option to buy with Canal. And I mean, you can see there, 10.5 million. It's not too bad for Conceição, but at the moment, I don't think he's going to be good enough to come in and replace Tete starting straight away. So whether or not we activate that, we're yet to decide yet before the new season starts. But he does look pretty darn good. He ain't been bad. I mean, this season he's played 9 times, 13 from the bench. He's getting game time, but he's not ready to start in my eyes just yet. Of course, this is how we lined up towards the end of the season. We did actually do some tweaks in the end, of course. Yuri Tielemans did leave in the end, of course. Actually, we can go into that quickly, as we mentioned here. If we go back to our transfers, we can see here what has actually happened and who's actually left us now. So, of course, for Fana, 70 million in real life. He would have gone to Chelsea, we know about that one. But Tielemans went over, made the switch to Real Madrid, 30 million. That season, before the season started, Real Madrid came in for 30 million. I thought, for 30 million, it's a no-brainer. We might as well cash in now before his contract runs out and get some money for Yuri. So out he went for 30 million. You can see there straight away. For this in date order, actually, probably a bit of what we've been doing. Ward, he's left us now for 2 million. Of course, I didn't say he was going to be a starter for us. Vestergaard went for 7.75 million as well. And then we sold Mendy for 13 million back to Monaco. So that's where all the money came in from. I mean, transfers out 125 million, transfers in 88 million. That is not some bad spending at all. And as the season ended, we have just under 60 million in the bank to start building now for European football in season number 2. So we come back now for the start of season number 2, and we've played a few games already. You can see it straight away, but we're off to some very good form in the league already. You can see straight away. Europa League wise, we've beaten Besiktas in the qualifiers there. It's love to see. And then straight away, we've already beaten Bournemouth. We've beat Man City 1-0, drew against Arsenal, and beat West Brom. So the league has started pretty darn well for us. But of course, transfers. What have we been doing with these transfers? So you can see straight away now from the starting 11, Marcus Edwards has been the new main man who came in, of course. He made the move from Sporting for 20.5 million. Another Sporting player coming in here for Leicester as well. But 20 million for an England player as well. I mean, hopefully a future England capped player at this point. He's not been captain just yet, but at 24 years of age, there's still time, there's still room to develop, and he looks very, very good in the game this year. So Edwards comes in now on that right-hand side to join Leicester here in the team. I mean, nothing else has really changed. We brought in the Croy at centre-back. That was the other big transfer we did really make as well. He came in for a bit of a fee, 26 million from Wolfsburg. But for Soyuncu, we can improve on that, I reckon. At 6'3", Maxime Lacroix can come in. He can be a future French star. 23 years of age as well. A very good centre-back indeed. But then we went back to Arsenal. I say back to Arsenal. He'd been released on a free transfer by this point. We made a free switch for Reiss Nelson to Leicester to add some extra depth again. Of course, we lost Tieté's loan finished. We didn't sign Conceição at the end of his loan deal. So we were 2 wingers down. We bought in Marcus Edwards, and then we bought in Reiss Nelson, who can also play a few different roles in that midfield. Of course, reasonable left foot, very strong right foot. He can put him on either side. He can cut inside. He can play as an excellent winger as well. So Reiss Nelson comes in. Hopefully, we can try and get his development going a little bit more. He's 23 now, so it's not at the pinnacle he could get to, but I'm hoping you can try and push him. You can see here, 2 4-star potentially. So we'll see how it goes for us. And then the last one, we bought in 40-year-old Pepe Reina. I mean, we've mentioned already, we were struggling for keepers. We bought in Bridgelow last season, and we've sold Ward, so I didn't have a backup keeper. And at 40 years of age, I thought Pepe Reina still looked absolutely insane. Determination 20, kicking of 18 as well, throwing of 17, rushing out of 18. I love that about him. I mean, what a career. Liverpool, Napoli, Bayern Munich, Milan, Villa, oddly enough, on loan. Milan again, Lazio, Villarreal. And then this season, he joins Leicester. Whether or not he'll play, who knows? Behind Bridge Low is a very good number 2, though. On 34 grand a week at 40 years of age, it's a nice little payday for Pepe to end his career on. But you've seen how we start the season already. There's already a few injuries you can see straight away. Samairs came with an injury. He's out for 5 months, which isn't great. Edwards is getting out for 4 weeks now. But we'll dive now to the end of season number 2 and see how we've gotten on. And of course, with our Europa Conference League campaign well underway, can we do some business in Europe and in the Premier League? So we're back at the end of season number 2. You can see the Premier League table now on screen. We came third in the Premier League with that Leicester team. In 38 games, we won 23, drawing 11, and only losing 4 all season. Man City, of course, now back to being champions. Liverpool 2nd, Leicester in 3rd, Arsenal 4th, Man United 5th, and Chelsea down in 6th. Palace and West Ham 7th and 8th. That's not bad either. I mean, one we all do love to see as well. Spurs 10th, Newcastle, all that money, down in 17th. It's been an interesting Premier League season indeed here for us. And we go actually now into our schedule and a bit more of a deep dive about what happened in this last season. So we'll start with the Europa League and go through what actually happened within the Conference League. We won the Conference League. Yeah, first season of our skin, European football, we won it. We beat Roma in this. I mean, I hate that we've beaten Roma. Anyone that knows my streams and the save I do with Hood Gaming, Roma Lazio Network save every Wednesday, 6 PM. Come watch if you don't watch already. The link for Twitch is down below. Yeah, I managed Roma in that, and then we've lost. Well, I say we've lost. Technically, I'm Leicester manager, so technically we've won as we beat Roma 2-0 in that final. Madison scoring, and then Jamie Vardy from the penalty spot. I mean, to be fair, possession-wise, Roma dominated, but bar that, it was very much his Leicester's game. Absolutely pinnacle victory for them. The other game then as well, we went out to Man City. We lost 2-0 in the first leg of the semi-final, and then on the second leg as well, we lost 2-1 again. Not great. EFL Cup didn't really happen for us this season. And then the FA Cup, you can see now, we lost the Leeds 1-0. Don't know what happened in that Leeds game. I mean, Vardy got that red card, but it was so late on, and the Harrison's early goal just got the better of us. So we did all right. We won a European trophy, and of course the Premier League this season. We've seen that table already. If you go back here, we didn't do too badly, finishing 3rd in the Premier League this season. So a very good season overall for Leicester. And again, financially, we've got nothing this season. We've been given absolutely nothing, or have we? We're diving towards the end of last season first and look what happened there. I mean, people who are left, really, no big names. Soinchi left on a free transfer. Perez left on a free transfer. We couldn't get Soinchi to re-sign with us. Oddly enough, we want to go to Al-Ghafara. I'm not sure. You can see kind of there behind my head just about there. Not really sure why he's gone there. He must get a massive payday, I'd imagine. Who knows? But off he went. But yeah, otherwise though, we bought in 2 transfers. We spent the money already for the new season. We didn't waste time. I mean, it's in July now. You see now, it has tricked over already. Gabriel Barcelona came in for just under 15 million. He went to Spurs 21 million. He's done okay. I mean, he ain't done great, really. 2 goals and 24 appearances. Not great at all for Spurs. I mean, has he replaced Harry Kane there? Or is Kane still there? Kane's still there as well, so Leicester playing a 2 up front system. Not really sure what's happened with Barbosa there, but it hasn't worked out. So Gabriel comes now to Leicester, and joining him is Pedro Goncalves coming in for that midfield. I mean, what an absolute player he is, of course. 26 years of age now, 57 million. Another player from Sporting. Everyone's going to be thinking, just do a save for Sporting. You may as well do a save for Sporting right now. Yeah, we've signed 3 players on Sporting now. So what? So Pedro Goncalves comes in for us now. I'm looking good this season. Looking good ahead of season number 3. And you see it briefly to the side of me here. Apart from Chowdhury going to Roma, oddly enough, after we beat them, and then like the likes of Chris Poppop going to Newcastle, like he's just a young player we're not going to use realistically within this rebuild. There's no big money being bought in so far. So transfers out 250k, transfers in 72 million spent. But I mean, they're 2 very good acquisitions, and I reckon going forward now into season 3, these boys can do the absolute business. So we came back a few weeks later now, before the start of the new season. There's been some more transfers happening. We've sold Ricardo Pereira for 14.75 million. He's been okay for us, don't get me wrong. Got 16 appearances last season, 2 with the team before that. He's not playing massively in the team right now, so for get him out the door, get him gone. And then we bought in Ben Amos as a backup keeper. Pepe Reina retired, no surprise there. He was 40 years of age. He was very, very old. So Reina retired. Ben Amos, our new backup keeper, 23 grand a week. He'll be absolutely loving that. For a career, it's been everywhere, down the Championship, down to League One, most recently at Wigan League One last season. He had 14 clean sheets though, and that was enough for me to think, you know what, he's good enough. So we'll bring in Ben Amos as our new number 2. And looking now ahead now for the new season, I'm liking the looks of this team. Barbosa starts up front now. Harvey Barnes and Madison out in the wide positions. Dewsbury Hall, Concalves and Ndidi in the midfield. Castagna in the right back. LaCroix, Ignacio, Thomas and Bridgelow in goal. I mean, Marcus Edwards on the bench now. James Justin still around the team as well. Samaya, Daka, Chris Jansen, Reece Nelson. So we're quite packed in terms of the bench as well. I do really like the bench as well. We've got a lot of like versatility in that bench as well. We can cover it in a lot of positions. But another new season for Leicester. We've already won the Europa Conference League and we came third in the Premier League last season. How good can this new season go? Can we do even better? So we came back now at the end of the Premier League season, and because there's an interesting fixture I want to talk about in just a moment. So let's first dive into the competitions tab and we'll have a bit of a look. Premier League, we finished 7th. We had a stinker in the Premier League this season. It didn't go to plan because we were focusing on other competitions. It wasn't the Carabao Cup, we lost to Spurs. It wasn't the FA Cup, we lost to Man United. But the UEFA Champions League, we're in the final of the Champions League. Somehow we would drag this Leicester City team all the way to the final of the Champions League. So where the aim for this rebuild was to try and get Leicester back to win the Premier League title, I think this is one above getting Leicester into the Champions League final. When we go to the round of 16, we can go through there. We got past Liverpool, 6-5 in aggregate, just about nearly past those. In the quarterfinals, we beat PSG, 4-1 in aggregate, a 3-1 victory in that last leg as well. Absolutely massive. Semi-final, we beat Manchester United in semi-final, and Benfica knocked out Arsenal on penalties, which now leads to today when we play Benfica. So we were playing that game for the last part of today's video to see if we can win the Champions League of Leicester in just 3 seasons. But yeah, nothing really happened in terms of transfer business. We didn't do nothing different in January. Like, we bought no one else in. Money-wise, we didn't really have anything. I mean, we got a 0 exactly right now. So financially, not great. Overall balance isn't great either right now. So things aren't looking too great. I mean, we've had a bit of a crap season, of course, finishing in 7th in the Premier League. I mean, there's been some bad results throughout this season. I mean, we started pretty decent. We've had some decent results. We've beaten Chelsea 2-1. Obviously, beating PSG in the Champions League. We lost to Man United, of course, in that first leg before beating them 2-0 in the second leg, thanks to Daka and Dewsbury Hall goals. But Premier League-wise, it's been a bit hit and miss. Losing the Spurs there. We lost to Liverpool late on. Lost to Man U in the Premier League. We're losing to a lot of the big teams this season. So, Premier League-wise, not a great season getting 7th in the league. But if we win the Champions League, that changes everything. So let's dive in as we're going to play the Champions League final live on today's episode to finish this rebuild. Can we win the Champions League with Leicester in just 3 seasons? And due to some injuries on Wout Faes and Harvey Barnes, I mean, we're going to bring Barnes anyway if we do really need him, but this is the team we're going to be going with. Bridgelow in net, Castagna, LaCroix, Ignacio and Luke Thomas at the back. Ndidi midfield, Dewsbury Hall and Madison in the midfield. Marcus Edwards on this right hand side as the inside forward. Concalves on this side here. I know he's number 6. Don't get hating. And Gabriel Barbosa, of course, will lead the line for us as we take on Benfica. A lot of ex-Sporting players here as well. So that rivalry there between Sporting and Benfica could be quite interesting going to this one because of those ex-Sporting players. Let's dive in though. It's time for the Champions League final. So here we go then. Here's our Leicester team. It's Champions League final time. You can hear, of course, the amazing Champions League music in the background as well, but accompanying us into the arena. The venue, the pitch for today's game. Benfica, David Neres starts up front with Rouge. That's an interesting strike for us, definitely. Neres playing as a striker for them at this point. But we'll see how things go, of course. It's the Champions League final. And we're about to take Leicester City all the way. There's some absolute favour. I thought it was massive that they won the FA Cup, massive that they won the Premier League. But this is one step above if they can win the Champions League. So for the second, we're going to be playing in key highlights as well, so we can get a good feel of the match and see how it goes. You can see now Benfica on the attack. That's Rafa out wide to David Neres now on his left-hand side. To get options to the box here, he's got someone short though here. Well found. Florentino Luis, great midfielder this game as well. Absolutely great midfielder. Finds Bar on the right-hand side. Cuts into the box. Ball into the box. Neres on the other side. Back across the box. And LaCroix gets rid of it. And the counter could be on for Leicester here now. Marcus Edwards charges forward. Finds Castagna on his right-hand side. Oh, he's trying to find the ball through to Gabi Barbosa. But could not find him. An exciting start, though. End-to-end start straight away here in this Champions League final. I'm hoping to get our boys firing though. Nice early goal would be lovely. So LaCroix gets a yellow card here. Let's encourage the boys. Actually, we'll wait until the highlight ends. Just in case something happens here. Madison finds Castagna. Gabi goal. Back inside. Oh, he's lost the ball. What a key moment to lose the ball there. Ignacio finds Thomas. Ndidi now. Back inside the box now. Finds Madison. LaCroix. Loads her into run into. Finds Castagna. Ball into the box. Gabi goal. It's 1-0 Leicester in the Champions League final. Come on. Almost dropped an F-bomb there. We're not doing that today. It's a big goal. Maddison finds LaCroix. And you see the room straight away here on this right-hand side. To find Castagna here. Whipped ball across the box. Keeper misses it. Gabigol scores. 1-0 Leicester. I mean, I'm so glad he pressed that encourage button now during that highlight, because now the boys will be very upset that I've encouraged them after scoring a goal. So we have waited, we hit the praise button now, of course. Score a goal, hit the praise button, gives that morale a little bit more of a boost. You know, morale manager 23, of course, as it's been nearly nicknamed the game these days. It's Maddison now with a free kick into the box, cleared out. It's got Calvez, loses the ball, but it's still in their box. We can still counter here, hopefully. It's Rui Silva now has the ball. Big ball forwards. We should be winning this one all day long, though, with Castagna here with ease. Plays it inside, finds LaCroix. Charging forward, that's nice. Dewsbury Hall, Maddison, out wide, finds Pedro Calvez, into Luke Thomas now. A lot of room. Gabigol's through again. Oh, it could have been a break for Gabigol. Early doors here. 35 minutes in. I mean, just not passes off from Leicester here. Dewsbury Hall now with the corner. Went born to the box, cleared out. Arujo gets rid of it, and it's now at the other end of the pitch of a corner now for Benfica. But stick header, and Antonio Silva sticks it over the bar. Well, going to half time, I'll take a 1-0 in the Champions League final all day long. 9 shots, 4 on target, XG of 1.69. Possession's quite even so far. Pass completion, look, it's a little bit in our favour, but not massively really. But a good first half from the boys. We've looked very good indeed. I'm pleased the chances are created. We'll tell them that. Tactically, I don't think we changed too much right now, really. I'm looking, I mean, we've got 6.9, 6.7, 6.6 here for Ndidi. Maybe could be changed, but I'm just thinking it would only be Semedo come on. I do prefer Ndidi on that bench for us. I think for now, we leave things as they are. And we keep going forward. We'll see how things go. Start the second half. Maybe by the 50th, 60th minute, we look at doing some changes possibly then, depending on fitness and morale within the team. It's Dewsbury Hall. It's a poor ball. Finds Antonio Silva. Big clearance now for Benfica, but LaCroix should win that. He hasn't won that. It's been lost. He can Benfica on the counter now. Florentino Luis finds Milai. Rafa now. Ball into the box. Neres. Oh, to Nicolizer. David Neres. He's bought it level on the night. It is 1-1 the Champions League final. It's some poor defending to him, fair from the boys here. Really poor defending. Got to be doing better here. I mean, there's so much room on the left-hand side as well. Castagna goes out of position. Rafa gets loads of room. The defence aren't tracking Neres. And he makes it 1-1. After just 8 minutes of the second half. Not a great start to the second half here. We've done one little tweak that we have switched Goncalves and Maddison there. So Maddison on the left-hand side, Goncalves playing that Mazzala role yet again where he started most of the season this year. But without Harvey Barnes on there, we have to tweak that left-hand side a little bit today. But so far, nothing else has really happened here. With 20 minutes to go in the second half. 1-1. There's been a few chances for us, but nothing outstanding yet. But I am thinking at this point, though, Ndidi will come off. He had a bit of a stinkery. 6.4 now as well. Not the best of games. I mean, other options for him. We could probably bring Semedo on most likely as an out-and-out option there, really. But Dewsbury Hall is also quite tired at this point. So I'm thinking we can also do, Prayet maybe, I don't know. Maybe we can put Maddison in midfield here instead. And on this left-hand side, then we can possibly bring on Harvey Barnes. I mean, he's not 100%. Do we risk him? It's Champions League final. You got to risk him, don't you? It's Champions League final. You got to take the risk. You got to go for it. I mean, it's going to be our final game of the save anyway. It's a big injury. It needs to be tried. It needs to be tried. 5 minutes to go. It's LaCroix now with a free kick. Harvey Barnes' winner here be absolutely massive. The injured Harvey Barnes coming out and getting the window be huge. Edwards. Big switch. There's Harvey Barnes. He's going to find him. You get the ball in the box. Oh, Goncalves. Pedro Goncalves puts it over the bar. It's looking ever so likely we're going to go to extra time here in the Champions League final with Leicester City. Right, the headphones are off. Everyone's absolutely knackered. That's the one thing I can tell right here. You've been unlucky so far. Inspired. Love that. Motivated. Love that. Everyone's knackered. This isn't ideal for us right now. I mean, if you look at the team right now, it's left. Changes-wise, is anyone on that bench I'm thinking, oh, yeah, that can be a game changer? Patson Decker's been good for goals in the past for us as well. He's motivated as well. And then Harvey Barnes struggling to meet the pace. And I'm not surprised, really. He has been injured for quite a while. What we're doing, we put Barnes in for Goncalves. Actually, for Maddison. We'll switch them around. And I think Maddison's going to come off here now. He's a bit tired. And the plan is, Edwards switches there. Patson Decker goes up front. Barbosa in behind. I mean, I'm tempted to go to a diamond, but this formation's done so well this season. I don't want to tweak too much, actually. We'll get this in a second. Barbosa, of course, is right-footed, if I'm correct in saying. He's left-footed. I'm completely wrong. Ignore that then. So Barbosa on this side. Edwards in a drop here. We're going to try this. It's a bit of a mixed match of players right now, honestly. So we don't really have the players who can come on who can make a big difference in that midfield. I mean, There's players who are okay. Prayat's okay, but for Champions League final, he's not the level I'm looking for, realistically. We've gone balanced here. We encourage the boys. And hopefully we can get something before this game goes to penalties. We don't want a shootout. No one wants to see a shootout to end this episode. And the spin of the wheel, who could win from a shootout in this game? No one wants to see that. But going to half-time here, it's still 0-0. Nothing's really changed. I mean, we might do another change or two here, possibly. I think it's that time of the game now where you do consider adding in who can actually take penalties for. Yes, let's have a quick look, actually, in terms of penalties. Who are our main ones? Barbosa, Pinnacle, yes. Maddison, great penalty taker. Edwards. See, in actually, like, he's a good penalty taker. Apprehensive, though. If we bring him on and encourage him, it could be worthwhile bringing him on there. Oh, yeah, Maddison came off, of course. We can't actually use Maddison, can we? So, we're playing ahead here, and we've taken off a lot of our best takers here. So, I think we're going to bring Nacho on at the moment. Get him subbed on ASAP. We can't bring him on there, can we? Yeah, of course not. Harvey Barnes. So we're getting Nacho in for that 5th slot. And then what we're doing now, let's bring Clichy and Nacho on for Harvey Barnes. Oh no, Harvey Barnes. I mean, he's a bit tired, but it's sharp. We're Goncalves. There we go. Ian Nacho. Do that move now. Inacho, Barbosa. I'm tempted to put all 3 up front here actually for the last few minutes as well. Go all out. Strikers galore. Let's see if we can clinch something here. We have minutes to go. Can we clinch something from this Champions League final against Benfica? It's a weird team, Benfica, playing Champions League final, but I suppose it's weird that Leicester are in Champions League final as well at this point of the save. I mean, it's not the best team. It's only been 3 years in, but it's done enough to get them all the way to Champions League final. I mean, we did finish 7th in the league as well. Oh no, the highlight. Castagne, Edwards, bouncing around. Ignacio. Oh no, the counter's on. Not like this. Not like this. It's offside. It's fine. That's going to be ours then. Bidgelow. Oh no. Neres. Not like this game. Not like this. Don't do it to us, FM. Shoulder up. Oh no. Oh no. In the last minute of the game, Andreas shoulder up just came in. Sub from the bench. It's a poor clearance by Bidgelow. Neres gets the ball. He just waits and waits for that key pass through here. And shoulder up, smashes it home. It's 2-1 Benfica. Can we do anything now with a minute to go, literally a minute to go? We just throw bodies forward. We're going attacking. It's just going to complete a wild card on the move here. I just hope we can get something. But it's very certainly not like we're going to get nothing from this one. As we've bottled the Champions League final. Oh my days. We took Leicester so far. We've took them so far. And we get all the way to the Champions League final. And we failed to win it with Leicester City. 3 seasons though, getting Leicester Champions League final. That's not bad in my opinion for a rebuild. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section who you want to see for our next FM23 rebuild. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon. I can't believe we bought the Champions League final. I literally cannot believe it.